What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Monkey King MMA show. This week we have UFC 301, Alexandre Pantoja versus Steve Erceg in the main event. And these are all of my main card best bets for this particular card. Let's get right into it. We start off with the main card opener, Caio Baralo versus Paul Craig. In this particular matchup, Caio Baralo is well-rounded everywhere. He's very well-rounded. He can win this fight anywhere. I think Paul Craig presents that physical danger. He's very tall. He's big for the weight class. Ever since moving down from 205 to 185, he presents that danger. Every time he throws a high kick, every time he throws a kick to the midsection, it just has much more devastating impact than it did whenever he was 205. I think 205, he just looked like a lousy striker. Now, he actually looks like, he can actually give people trouble in the stand-up. I think Caio Baralo is still going to be able to outstrike him. He uses feints very well. He has decent boxing. He has decent calf kicks, and he's able to mix in takedowns. And I think he's going to be able to keep Paul Craig on the back foot. And Paul Craig is going to always present that danger on the ground. If Caio gets a takedown, I think Paul Craig is going to be throwing up submissions left and right. Yeah, so that danger is always going to be there. I think Caio Baralo, in the lead up to this fight, has been talking about how he's going to be able to get a KO. I have Caio Baralo winning this fight by decision. He has 6 fights in the UFC, and 4 of them have been decision wins. So I'm going with Caio Baralo to win this fight by decision. We move on down to the next fight that I'm betting on. We have Anthony Smith versus Vitor Petrino. This fight is going to be one-sided. I think that in the first round, Anthony Smith might be able to, somewhat be able to keep up, but Vitor Petrino, he's got power in his hands. Every time he connects, I think Anthony Smith is going to be stumbling backwards on the brink of losing balance from his equilibrium being disturbed. I think Vitor Petrino is going to be walking Anthony Smith down, and honestly, by the time it gets to round 2, round 3, I think Vitor Petrino is going to be able to find that KO shot. And yeah, the ref is going to call the fight because there's going to be just too much damage. That's how I see the fight going. I have Vitor Petrino to win this fight by KO, TKO. We move on to the next fight that I'm betting on. We have Jonathan Martinez versus Jose Aldo. So Jose Aldo has almost been on a 2-year-long layoff from MMA, and he's returning to the UFC to face one of the most devastating kickers. Jonathan Martinez has one of the most devastating styles in MMA. I think his knees up the middle, his kicks, he's going to be hurting Jose Aldo. And at this age, being 37 years old or 38, I'm not sure, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think Jonathan Martinez is just going to be hurting Jose Aldo, and I don't know if Jose Aldo is going to be able to take it. So I have Jonathan Martinez winning this fight by KO or decision, double chance. We move on down the card to the last fight, but not the least fight, the main event, Alexandre Pantoja versus Steve Erceg. This fight is going to be, I think, much closer than people might think. I think, since Steve Erceg is being shot up the rankings and being given a title fight after, 3 UFC fights? So it's going to be crazy. I think Steve Erceg has that striking prowess. I think he's underrated in grappling. I think he's going to be able to, maybe get back to his feet if Pantoja lands a takedown. But I think Pantoja ultimately in the later rounds, he's going to be able to hunt and eventually find that submission. And I think that Alexandre Pantoja is going to be able to defend his title. I have Alexandre Pantoja winning this fight by submission or decision in this fight. If you guys want all of my bets, make sure to go to the link in my description, join my Discord, and I will have all of my bets up. These are just my main card best bets, but if you want to join my Discord, you will get access to all of my picks. If you made it this far in the video, make sure to comment 301 in the comments down below so I know who made it this far and I can show love back in the comments. So thank you all for watching once again. I appreciate you all, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.